Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
Correct.
It's actually not far at all.
Correct.
Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
There is a shortcut. What shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use?
Dun, 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 dun.
There!
It literally like just
Landed me right on it.
The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab. And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
How convenient.
Do you think the culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window?
yep.
Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window. How's that? Mission complete!
Ding, 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 ding.
But now we just need to know who
Your
did it.
explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier.
How so?
The gym window was too high to reach from the poolside, even if one used the ladder.
Correct.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
No, you're fine. Just stay put.
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily. We learned a lot of important information. Now that I'm sure the scene of the crime was Ryoma's lab, the case is becoming clearer. To determine how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found, I had to figure out how to get from the 3rd floor window to the gym. Alright then. I have to analyze the possible methods and find the most likely. When you have to deduce how things are connected, Psyche Taxi will start up. Beep beep! The objective of this mode is to gather the letter cubes lying around to form the question. Use the X button to accelerate and the left stick to move left and right. By picking up letter cubes floating around, you can complete the question. Once you've completed the question, you head towards the escort with the correct answer. If it's the right answer, they'll get in your car. If it's the wrong answer, something bad happens. Also, there will be other cars on the road. If you hit those, you will take focus energy damage. If it's getting dangerous, use R1 to concentrate, stay calm, and avoid them. Please drive safely and wear your seatbelt. Or not, I don't fucking care. Enjoy the ride. Please respond at your earliest convenience. Alright, here we go. The body was brought from where? Thinking time. It's thinking time. Get in, bitch. Alright, let's go. This is kind of vaporwave, oh 100%. Woo! Driving is so fun! It also takes a long time, so I apologize. The body was brought to the gym from where? Get in! Get in my car! Hot ladies, get in my car. I hit them and they fly into my car. Got it! Okay, I actually got it, cool. Very good. How was it moved from the classroom to the gym? Hey lady, get in my car! And there we go. The body was brought from the lab to the gym from window to window, and that's how it's done.
It connects! I've got it! Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window.
I mean, Gonta could do it. He could just fucking yeet that shit across the fucking field. Imagine Gonta fucking yeet.
I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
Again, Gonta, Ryoma in a ball fucking yeet.
No, I don't believe he was thrown. But perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
I wonder what equipment they could have used.
Huh? Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
Equipment to connect the windows. I believe it was found near the bottom.
Yep.
I wonder what this could be.
There!
I wonder what that could be.
The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Atua can reveal. What mysterious mystery? During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage.
Correct.
But the next morning, the rope has been moved backstage for some reason.
Oh.
It's a mysterious mystery. Only Atua knows the answer.
And that bitch ain't telling you? Fuck that god then.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
So they did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between both windows.
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
Let me actually measure
According
it.
to the sign at the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet.
I don't know if you were there when we were discussing this, but he actually knows the length just by looking at it. Because he visited a village of Shibari. He's able to visually see the length of that rope because he has practiced in Shibari.
And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet. Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said.
Wait, who said that?
Who's talking
Even
shit
if
about
the
me?
rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Both windows were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
I mean, they could just grab a crossbow, put one length of the other, and shoot it to the other side. Ping!
Because that's a good use for a crossbow.
Go to think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Another rope. There was only one, though.
Was there only one rope?
No. Then it impossible. Sorry.
Gunta, honey. No, I'm sure there was another rope. Or at least something that could be used as rope.
I wonder what it could be.
I wonder indeed what exactly could be used to reach across.
This is it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay, so. First, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side. And tie cable to other window. Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together.
And then pull.
That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
My son is so smart.
Wow, that's amazing, Gonta. You're so knowledgeable.
Gold star.
It's nothing. Going to use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect
Going to
the
get
windows
new
with
bugs
the
now.
rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it!
That with that face though?
Right?
Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Fuck Edison, he was a hack.
But in my case, it's 100% inspiration.
Okay.
You get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan.
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
I'm about to fucking kick a I'm about to kick a boy. I'm about to kick a teenage boy.
She came.
Or she was intimidating Tarzan.
Tarzan?
There it is.
But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Not just the rope?
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. They wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
How about you take a hint and take my foot up your butt?
Right?
You're confusing me. You're definitely onto something. It's true that the culprit needed to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would not have been able to retrieve it. They would have had one shot at it, no second chances. So obviously the culprit would have wanted to put the body in the tank carefully. Meaning they would have wanted to get as close to the window as possible. The problem is, how did they get near it? All we know is that right now there is a rope that connected the windows. Somehow, the culprit used that to move the body and work close to the window themselves.
I have a very stupid guess, but
Go ahead, let's hear it.
what if the culprit was either tight walking or climbing on the rope while holding Ryoma?
Something like backpacking Ryoma while sliding through it?
Yeah.
Maybe. To make that third, they would have to use something else. But what would that be? What could they have done?
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
Are you actually going to contribute to the party now?
Are we reading my mind?
What?
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial.
So I'm still the one producing. Okay.
So it's like I do the work and you take the credit?
Yep, pretty much.
You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Totally. Absolutely. 100%.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I believe in you, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. I'll solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. Something was used with the rope to move the body between the windows. Think, come on, think! Alright, Hangman's Gambit! This is the fun one, though.
Yeah.
Done.
I see now.
Alright, time for me to put an emote only on. Sorry, guys, I had to put an emote only because we're getting close.
That's it. The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that?
Wow, you got drain damage or something?
Honey, I don't think you should be asking me that question. I think you need to look in the mirror and ask that again.
No, she still got cumbering. She's trying
Vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have
She's still
that.
recovering from that.
No, there definitely was. The culprit used it to move the body along the rope. Mind! In scenes where you have to deduce an image, mind will begin! In this mode, the objective is to dig up the answer. At the beginning, the answer will be completely covered by pieces. Use the L stick and the cursor to erase the pieces with the X button. Pieces will be erased with 2 or more of the same color connect. The adjacent pieces will then change color in the following order: white, pink, yellow, and white. If you do it right, you can remove all the pieces from an object. The trick is to predict how the adjacent pieces will change. When all the pieces on top of an object are gone, you can select the object as an answer. If you select the wrong object, your influence gouge will take damage. If there's just one piece left, you can press the X button repeatedly to break it. But that will incur a time penalty, so don't just button mash! It might sound complicated, but trust me, you'll get it as you play. Thank you for your understanding. Alright, so let's see where I could possibly...
see it.
Huh?
You'll see.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
The inner tube?
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side?
Ish.
Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides. The culprit made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows.
Oh, okay.
So you were close with your theory. You were very close with your theory.
And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along.
Whee!
The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported 2 people. The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym. Once through the gym window, the culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body. Either that, or the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. That way would be more stable and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules?
Not
It would
really.
count as entering the gym, would it not?
Well, would it?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay.
There you go.
Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Someone
question.
fucked up.
Eh?
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Calling it out, he's the one that's gonna die next.
Oh, shit!
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
His foot! Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
I want to see that. I want to see that be animated straight up.
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke if you two keep freaking out about it.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth!
Ah!
Oh no.
I love these little cubs. I love them so goddamn much!
Pops?
You heard me. I love my little cubs. You're all just so fucking cute.
Uh-oh, Daddy's mad at you now.
Huh?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Monodum's right.
Monosuke, you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up?
Just so we can fucking
I
get
guess now we
moving.
know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
The culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? That's some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
rope was thrown from the window. That's why we found it there.
Yep.
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
No one would suspect the tube in the
That was
pool.
an accident.
That too, but it was an accident.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
It's obvious. It was nighttime.
That's it! Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
And remember what was in place.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
There was one way they could have fixed it, is if they had a hook.
Yeah.
And there actually are pool hooks available. So if they used a pool hook instead of a rope, they would have been able to get the inner tube.
So I forget, are they not allowed to go in the pool at nighttime or like just in the area?
Just the pool. So you can be in the pool area, so like around the pool, by like the storage room, by the chairs and all that stuff. You just can't be in the water.
Okay.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them. Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it? Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur.
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
Had they removed the inner tube, they would have probably gotten away with it.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the
I have an
culprit.
idea who it could be.
No. Respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case.
Yep.
We were so close. We're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event.
Oh, now you're going to participate.
You don't even know who it is. Shut up.
But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Yeah, okay, sure. 100%.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
You are the ultimate
That's
detective.
right. I'll leave it all to you, Shuichi.
And you're the protagonist, so you kind of can't fuck this up.
I'm about to fuck this up. Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work and not fuck this up. This whole setup would have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows down the list of suspects.
Yep.
It
Solve
has to be you.
Yep. My girl.
There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, this trial until the very end where you realize how meticulous this killer had to be, no one could have figured it out.
There was also another piece of evidence I'm pretty sure what that also would have nailed her.
How so?
That piece of black cloth.
Interesting you say that.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision?
Yes.
I will refute your accusations
Even though I'm
with all
sitting.
my might, for everyone's sake.
Come at me, honey.
Funny you should say everyone's sake.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think we would
It's a
fall
lot
for
of
such
stutter.
nonsense?
Because she's nervous.
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
Yeah, except my son. Force Kirumi to implicate herself. My logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere.
Anyway,
Oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck off! I tried so hard to get so far, and in the end, I'm still really shit at games with the gun mechanics with a controller. Now let's try this again. Offer! Fuck you.
That's wrong!
What?
Hitboxes! Hitboxes are fucking weird!
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi.
Correct.
Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
and why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
Remember the 5 minutes she was in the gym? Putting down a partition plate and tying a rope to a window pane does not take 5 minutes. It takes much less than that.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only, like, 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pane in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion. While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just
Kirumi,
a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
Kirumi, you're reminding me of 2B right now. Stop it. Let's not waste time on this.
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
Have fun.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
I'll cut
Yes,
through your
there
words.
is.
Gotcha.
have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Indeed.
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage.
Add some weight to it, however.
The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Ow! Fuck up.
Is Kirumi quiet because that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit.
But of course, you're not gonna forfeit.
But I cannot allow that.
Uh-huh.
Because I must do this for everyone.
Kirumi, I swear to God. For everyone, Kirumi is best girl. I know this, and I hate to fight her right now.
I have a duty and a responsibility.
Yeah, ropeway killed a lot of us, yeah.
I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine.
Oh yeah, she's actually showing emotion.
So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, felt like you weren't talking about us.
Something tells me she wasn't.
Felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Ding, 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 right on the nose.
Someone who isn't here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're covering your mouth now, huh?
Someone outside of the academy?
Yep.
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Maybe.
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
You're not saying anything.
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Oh?
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Bullshit.
Really? Do you swear to a tour?
Yes, really. So please believe me, I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to!
Kirumi!
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
Like who?
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
Oh, it fucking only.
I was about to say,
if it wasn't consequences for voting for Kokichi, I would fucking vote for that fucker.
How rude.
Suck my nuts.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well. She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
I mean, yeah, he kind of is.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Okay, I'm lost. Were they talking about Kirumi or Kokichi?
They're talking about Kotakito.
Oh, yeah, him too. Fuck him.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit.
No.
You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof.
See, here's the thing.
About that,
It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis.
I mean, 100% absolutely. If we didn't have any other evidence, we could have 100% guessed Kaito and Maki. But
They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
I mean,
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
but Maki didn't even help with the preparations of that, first of all.
and also you're just stupid.
Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
That's how you win in Among Us. You fucking convince them. Otherwise,
Maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
yeah.
But there is no evidence to indicate that I am.
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body.
Bryan already said it, but let's go ahead and go through with this anyway.
Oops.
If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway,
Ropeway!
then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
Yep.
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit?
Because you murdered someone!
Yeah, you killed somebody. You kind of have to pay for your sins.
Murder is not a sinless crime. It is a crime. I'm sorry.
Don't you want to protect everyone?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Or if we don't pin it on you, everyone here will die. Just saying.
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
And you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
You're really saying this to the
Your words
ultimate
aren't gonna
detective.
Convince me now. Not when I know
Despite the
truth.
fact that we already have an ultimate detective named Kyoko.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others.
Are you sure?
I bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
Fuck you, I can't.
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty.
This is it!
Gotcha.
All that.
The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty.
Yep, the zipline traffic controller.
It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was.
Again, if she had just used a pool hook. There's actually pool nets. She could have fished it out. But she didn't. It doesn't take 5 minutes to do it. And that's the problem. Like, she just left it there. It takes less than 5 minutes to find the pool hook and the pool net and use it.
Maybe she didn't notice it came off.
No, she would have had to. So it's like, because if she looked in the pool and saw the inner tube, she would have had to have seen the black fabric. So it's just kind of like, if I were Kirumi, I would have done the deed and slipped, oops, oh fuck. Go into the pool area, quickly find in the emergency area, supply area, because we're thinking, this is a pool that is constantly being used. And what has to be by the pool is the pool hook and the pool net. You have to grab those, swim those in, take a swim, and boom, you got it without having to go into the pool at nighttime.
I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely.
And guys, for anyone who's questioning why I'm making things more complicated to make a perfect crime, I'm a writer. I am a writer. This is what I do.
Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
A culprit, someone who's not a culprit wouldn't become so erratic with sweating bullets right now.
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
Yes, I can.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how the black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now, even though it's pretty fucking clear, but I'm gonna make it clear right now using this minigame.
Oh, that's cool.
You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth?
Gotcha.
In this
Next round.
class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous
That's fine, it
truth,
still counts.
everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth.
You're back into a corner, honey.
I understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. You only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere?
What the fuck is that?
Blocking.
I completely
It's distracting.
understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation.
Gotcha. Now let's see me fuck this up.
What does that piece of trash prove?
Got it!
Hey.
First try, let's go!
Oh. Well.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Gotcha. In your underwear, too. And funny thing is, people have tried to screenshot that, and the game actually denies you any sort of screenshot. You have to print screen it in order to take a screenshot.
So,
literally, people have tried to F11 it, and they just said, you cannot take a screenshot right now.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and
It fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi.
Well, I mean, there's one other person that wears black gloves, but they're fingerless, and it's okay.
The gloves on your hands now.
what?
I take it they're from your dorm?
Mew also wears black gloves, but they're fingerless gloves.
Oh, right. I thought it
The
meant
extra uniforms in
that
our
someone
rows
like
are
literally
made of
has
the
no
same
fingers. I was like, wait a
material.
second.
But yeah, see, Mew is wearing black gloves. Yeah.
We
Yes,
can
I think
test
it is
my
good.
theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
I guess we're gonna have to start comparing.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Well,
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
Now you're starting to sound like Lola. It's like you have the same voice actress. Sorry, Kira, I love you. In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it, and kept thinking, and kept going. This is where it led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Alright, comic book time! Here we go.
The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly.
Ta-da! A dead body!
Opened the curtain in front of the tank.
Imagine Angie. Ta-da! A dead body! Straight for Atua!
We saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him.
And these are Atua's favorite piranhas!
Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body.
Atua, the vet sacrifice!
And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night, around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank.
And note that in the shot right here, the piranha's like, num num num, I eat your hand, num 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 num.
Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab.
Which seems like a bad idea. It's like, I'm tired. I'm going the fuck to bed.
All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists.
Which she should have done behind his back, which would make him a lot easier to control.
And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed.
Again, handcuff them to the back so that way if they try and push off you, you can use their hands as leverage to keep them under.
The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows.
Another way you could have masked the the fraying on the bars is if you put fabric underneath the rope. So basically you wrap some fabric around it, and you wrap it around the bar, and then you put the rope around the fabric. It's less likely to fray.
That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the
Oh, sorry, my bad. 2 mistakes.
The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym.
Ropeway.
With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave 2 key pieces of evidence: the fabric and the inner tube.
You fucked up.
It's strange because that would have taken less than maybe 5-10 minutes to fish them out.
They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid? Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
Yeah, literally, the netting, if they use a pull net and a pull hook, and the thing is, a lot of people assume that there wasn't one available. There had to have been. Because that would have been a weapon Monokuma could have used for someone. Monokuma would not just leave that. Monokuma would not just not have that. Because Monokuma knows a pull hook and a pull net could actually be very good weapons to use for killing. So having those not only solidifies the usage of the pool, which you would need a pool hook and a pool net anyway for safety, but also gives another weapon that people could use to kill their classmates. Yeah. Well, Kirumi, got anything to say?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
And if Kirumi wanted to truly hide the glove usage, she could have grabbed one of Ryoma's jackets, extra jackets and all that stuff, wrapped it around the ropeway, and did the same thing, reducing the friction even more so with a piece of fabric on top of a piece of fabric, slowing down even more so.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
We don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodum, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Oh, if fucking only.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
The results are in. Kirumi voted for me. Lol.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Salty vote for the maid. Look at all those mono coins.
Man.